Election Day 2024 has arrived in the United States. Millions of Americans are casting their votes. The choice is between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. This election is one of the most closely watched in recent history. Key battleground states like Arizona, Georgia, and Pennsylvania are expected to be decisive. Polls have opened across the country, and long lines are being reported in many areas. This high turnout suggests a deep interest in this year's election. The race remains tight. Both Harris and Trump are vying for the crucial 270 electoral votes needed to win the presidency. Trump's campaign has emphasized voter turnout among his base. They are urging supporters to head to the polls. Meanwhile, Harris has focused on a message of unity and optimism. She is presenting a vision for a more inclusive America. As voting gets underway, election officials are urging caution. Misinformation is a concern. Voters are being encouraged to rely on credible sources for accurate election information. The stakes are high. The outcome of this election will have long-lasting consequences for the United States, shaping both domestic and foreign policy for years to come. The 2024 U.S. presidential election is taking place in a climate of heightened tension and anxiety. Deep political divisions are evident throughout American society. Businesses in major cities, including Washington, D.C., have taken precautions. Some have closed their doors, fearing potential unrest. National Guard troops are on standby in several states as a precautionary measure. The January 6th Capitol riot casts a long shadow, serving as a stark reminder of the fragility of democratic norms. Adding to the unease are claims of voter fraud. These allegations, made by Trump and his allies, have further fueled tensions. Election experts and officials have disputed these claims. However, they have sown doubt about the electoral process among some segments of the population. This election is about more than just choosing a president. It's a test of American democracy itself. The world is watching. The question is whether the U.S. can conduct a free and fair election and ensure a peaceful transfer of power, regardless of the outcome. In the final days and hours leading up to Election Day, both Harris and Trump made their final appeals to voters. Each candidate presented a distinct vision for the future of the nation. Harris remained focused on her message of unity and hope. She called for a return to civility and cooperation in American politics. She emphasized her experience as vice president and highlighted her commitment to addressing critical issues like climate change, healthcare, and racial justice. Trump, in contrast, maintained his populist approach. He railed against what he characterized as a rigged system. His promise remained the same: make America great again. Trump held large rallies in key battleground states, energizing his base of supporters. He repeated claims of a stolen election in 2020, further fueling his supporters' passions. These starkly different styles and messages reflect the deep ideological divide that exists within the United States. The outcome of this election will have profound and lasting implications for the country, both domestically and on the world stage. Section 4. The long count delays and the importance of integrity. As Americans await the results, it's important to remember that the final outcome may not be known for several days or even weeks. Several factors contribute to this potential delay. The U.S. electoral system is complex, relying on the Electoral College rather than the popular vote to determine the winner. Additionally, the increase in mail-in voting, prompted by the COVID-19 pandemic, could further slow down the counting process in some states. Election officials are bracing for the possibility of misinformation and disinformation spreading online, particularly in the hours and days immediately following the election. They are urging voters to be patient and to rely only on official sources for accurate information about the vote count. The integrity of the election is paramount. It is crucial that every vote is counted fairly and accurately. Any attempts to undermine the democratic process or to cast doubt on the legitimacy of the results must be condemned and rejected. Section 5. The World Watches. Global implications of the 2024 election. The 2024 U.S. presidential election has captured the attention of the world. As a global superpower, the United States wields immense influence on the international stage. The outcome of this election will have far-reaching implications for global affairs. From climate change to trade to security alliances, the policies pursued by the next U.S. president will have a profound impact on countries around the world. Many international observers are anxiously watching to see how the election unfolds and what it means for the future of U.S. foreign policy. The world is looking to the United States for leadership on pressing global challenges. The next president will have a unique opportunity to shape the international order and to promote peace, prosperity, and cooperation on a global scale.